weaker offstage. So I think for the offstage battle, it's a weird situation. In the offstage battle, BalloonBoy is going to be wanting to play, on stage he's going to want to play the bow. Offstage, it's most likely to be more on the gauntlets.
And part of the benefit that Orb has, that Blasters doesn't have, is that disjoint is like at the end of the move, rather than like the disjoint and dead zone happening because the first hitbox starts away from you, right? But with like the down air, it moves away from you. It starts close and moves further. So that dead zone is towards the end rather than being there ever present, that you have to worry about the entire time. So that's just going to be a benefit that his Orb has with that disjoint compared to like the way we talk about the dead zone with Blasters. We're talking side light or even side air.
Absolutely, and I'm liking how BalloonBoy is at least opening up here. He's very much getting in Java's face, because Java is a player who can really flip that switch. He can play a much slower game, and he can play a much more aggressive game, depending on what he feels like is necessary, and we're seeing it right here. He goes in deep, goes for the weapon throw, but BalloonBoy still has the option, still has that GCN sig, and Java, I assume he was ready for it, but wasn't quite ready enough. Does manage to find the stock and turn things around. BalloonBoy did have a lead in that first stock for a little while, but still, nothing too massive here for Java.
I'm wondering why Java tried to get below BalloonBoy after that neutral signature came out. I wonder if that was like a conscious decision where he doesn't want to initially punish that neutral signature, and he didn't feel confident enough in being high enough on that wall without getting clipped. So he chose to go down below rather than getting caught by the signature because of like a whip punish or anything like that. So I think him going below BalloonBoy after that was a smart idea.
Absolutely, and I mean, smart ideas have already been something that Java is so good with. He's so creative with his choices of options, and right here, hovering actually doesn't commit too early to the edge guard there. That might have actually been to his detriment as BalloonBoy is able to get back up, but still, so much damage racked up. BalloonBoy needs to find something here to turn things around. Like down on the gauntlets, gonna look for an in-dodge punish with that side light, but unable to find it. Is holding the stage control, but doesn't react. Isn't ready for the jump up side air, and now Java just securing the KO with the spear and looking real comfortable here as Java.
I think Java's much more confident off stage against BalloonBoy than he was against Bunny. And I mean, that reasonably makes sense because we know how crazy Bunny is off stage. We saw it several times in the Java set. But Java, like instantly, like we saw the first KO was after a long edge guard that Java was winning. Almost got the complete knockout off of it. And then we like just saw him go on the right side, the dash jump instant turnaround down air. So he's much more comfortable going for the offstage and pushing those offstage right there. He's just instantly going off stage rather than staying safe on the stage like he was several times against Bunny, but he got caught by the neutral signature.
Yeah, that is one sort of cheeky little situation you have on very few maps, that the fact that N-Sig does send technically upwards right at the end of that move. We're going to get bounced off that angle and sent pretty much straight down 9 times out of 10. Sometimes the interaction can be a little bit janky, but I mean, even that being said, Java still has so much room to work with. He can be completely comfortable here, just ping-ponging these down airs. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know what BalloonBoy needs here, because part of me wants to say, get off the gauntlets.
Yeah, you make a really interesting point, because if we think about those blasters and the way Java's playing now, like he's putting a lot of pressure onto BalloonBoy. It seems like Java's really the one dictating the pace of the game, and BalloonBoy's on the back foot, so he's not given a lot of space to like utilize that max range that blasters have. He's gonna potentially, like if he has him in his hands, he's gonna find himself like shooting too far away, and Java is like in his face in the dead zone, or he's far enough out of the range of blasters, and then of course he can dash in light if we're talking about the spear in his hand. Like he's really good at playing at a range advantage and playing at a range deficit, regardless of what weapon he has, whether he's playing the Hattori or whether he's playing this Legend Dusk right here. So I think you're exactly right of like, okay, the gen didn't work. Do I go to the Diana? Because I don't know the answer to that question. I can't even begin to theorize if that's the right choice or not.
Yeah, and I'm seeing this pace dictation you were talking about as well. I mean, Java, he's making so many of these callouts, right? Like he's going for these things that are in no way guaranteed, but he's banking on the fact that he could expect BalloonBoy. One prime example was he dashed straight towards him and just ripped a D-Light. BalloonBoy was on the ground, and Java just made the call out that seeing him approach would make BalloonBoy jump, and he was completely right. And so BalloonBoy needs to think, okay, I cannot afford to be scared of him because he is playing off that and calling out my options so consistently. Regardless, we are seeing a small lead here for BalloonBoy, but it's that KO efficiency we said before. He's struggling a bit with it here, and we're a minute and a half into this game and no stocks have fallen.
Now, BalloonBoy is starting to slow things down here. Great recovery to get the KO. He's in a pretty good spot. Please stick with the bow. Don't juggle too much because now you're on the gauntlets and I'm worried, man. Like, there's definitely, like, too much juggling that you do, and then your opponent comes in with iframes and attacks you, and then you either end up with no weapons or the weapon you don't want. So maybe focusing on weapon starving just a little bit less, denying the weapon spawn from coming in just a little bit less, means he gets to stick on the bow.
That side sig by Java was just so perfect for the situation, and there's that Sigs of Dusk again. I mean, the Dust Sig kit on Spear especially is just consistently very hard to punish with that side sig and that end sig. So even if he didn't catch that there, I find it very hard to believe that BalloonBoy would have even been able to respond back. And so Java picking the right option there, and now actually taking a small lead here, despite BalloonBoy taking that far stock, doesn't even read the dodge in. Does have the stage control, ground pound into the weapon, though Java still has the options. Can he see? Oh, he doesn't actually. Stalls out too long. BalloonBoy, just his presence was enough to force Java to overthink and rethink his options to the point where he had to fall.
Now, I'm not sure if like a ground pound stall right at the end would be enough time for the dodge to come off of cooldown, because he did the dodge early. But that's a tough spot to be in, because then you risk just punishment by BalloonBoy. So I think it was curtains there either way for that stock. That was a great ground pound from BalloonBoy.
Dude, it's so amazing to me that we can now debate the possibility of using that orb ground pound stall, and like the fact that it's something that we can think of people doing in pro scene. Because I mean, previously you barely saw it used. Obviously, when Thor came out, people were using it sort of in a cheesy way, but we saw Raiders use it in the trial of Frigg, and now all of a sudden, with Orb being more popular and seeing Raiders use that tech, it's like, okay, could he have used it there to save himself?
Yeah, on Thor release, like, it was amazing. It was so good, and so everybody was doing it all the time. It was so effective, and then it got nerfed, and so then people started to be like, okay, and then obviously people got off.
Oh, don't turn this around! Okay.
Ground pound. Okay, all right.
Dude, if I'm BalloonBoy, my heart just stopped for a second there on that possible turnaround from Java. That is so scary. Into game number 3. No character swaps. We're really going to Apocalypse here for game 3. Which, not a huge change. I mean, you can't go onto the stage here, but I don't think... I mean, Java might be banking on that, but against a player like BalloonBoy who doesn't really favor that offside situation, I don't know if going onto the stage is actually necessary, really, for either player here.
Yeah, we've seen them go to several stages that block moving under the stage now, so I don't think that's a main priority for definitely either player, but not for Java anymore at this point.
We're seeing this again. BalloonBoy is so patient with these edge guards and does manage to find a ground pound to pay off there, but in the second attempt, Java does come back up, damage slightly in BalloonBoy's favor. He's finding a lot of these sidelights, very rarely capitalizing further though. Does have so much room to work with, and that's
dangerous.
So telegraphed, man. I mean, BalloonBoy obviously had the plan there, and Java knew it was coming, but for once we see BalloonBoy actually chasing all the way out. I mean, I was saying he isn't really going to favor that offstage and press too hard, but in this situation, he goes all the way, and it pays off a big time now with a full stock lead and still pressing this advantage now with the bow. Java can barely breathe.
Maybe getting a little bit confident with that signature that he threw out if he gets edge guarded. Oh, man. Oh, Hackle, that hurts to see. He got too confident, thought he could throw out the cheeky sig read, and instantly got punished for it. The edge guard started, and it was curtains at that point. That's brutal.
I've got to ask, Sparky, is that my fault for hyping up the BalloonBoy,
no,
the BalloonBoy lead too much?
It's not your fault. That is BalloonBoy's fault. He was the one acting in that moment. He had his hands on the steering wheel and his feet on the pedals. You were merely in the passenger seat.
And now, BalloonBoy actually still hands on the wheel here. That weapon throw was, yeah, really
It was
scary.
amazing!
Oh, Java though. BalloonBoy can't afford to be letting him find these chips, these 1 to 2 hit interactions, because, like I said before, it'll add up, and BalloonBoy kind of fiending for the knockout here. Over onto the gauntlets, doesn't find the recovery there. The D-Sig actually might have been perfect, but obviously didn't think of it in the moment. Does find the recovery, but now actually an even smaller lead than he had on this first stock, and still Java managed to turn it around. So BalloonBoy cannot afford to get overconfident with these leads, and we're seeing it here. He's not chasing these nairs like he was on the first stock. He's getting that interaction and then backing off. But Java, oh my.
Dude, stop doing the signature, please, BalloonBoy. I understand that he probably believed it was in the middle of the stage, so he probably wasn't going to get punished, or if he did get punished, it wasn't going to be a fatal punish. But come on, man, you gotta stop doing that now that it's happened 2 times.
Man, it's so hard to like not feel like it's cursed here as BalloonBoy. He's had the lead this whole game, and now on this final stock, Java's just brought it back to an equal situation. BalloonBoy didn't even pick up the weapon there, managed to get back up onto the stage. But just these nairs, these sares, these chip hits, the down air now as well. BalloonBoy, what went wrong is Java just isn't getting hits.
Oh man, getting right over that D-light, beautiful GC side light. BalloonBoy's in KO damage, this is very scary for him.
Into the down air, that's at least some guaranteed damage here. BalloonBoy, respect, just going for the guaranteed damage, not trying to set up for anything big. The gauntlet's now starting to go to work. He read the correct dodge, doesn't manage to punish it correctly, but still the damage now completely even. Oh, goes to the double side light. BalloonBoy catches the end light as well. Weapon throws that snipe, and there it is. BalloonBoy clutching up right at the end. Java did 466 damage and almost won. How this set is laid out. I mean, Java won the first game, same thing. BalloonBoy won the second game, same thing. But then it was completely back and forth. It was Java, BalloonBoy, Java, BalloonBoy, Java won the last game. But in this set, we've seen Java take first game and BalloonBoy answer back with 2. So now, I mean, Java now needs to do the exact same. BalloonBoy has a whole extra game to work with here to just win 1, and that might be what's, you know, making Java a bit more hesitant. He maybe is feeling a bit less confident here because this set's going worse than the previous. Maybe he's concerned. I mean, I know I would be concerned if I fought one person, and then I fight them again, and I'm doing worse in this set. I have to be thinking, like, what's going wrong? Apparently, Java might have figured it out as he's taking, you know, so much health off BalloonBoy here with his orb to begin with, and BalloonBoy just answering back with 1 GC side sig. Now the bow starting to heat up just a little bit here.
Java's doing a great job of like overspacing so many things with this orb before he throws out. He gets into effective range of his orb and then throws out like a down air. He's making BalloonBoy, I think, really nervous. Dude, nobody's been able to punish that signature like the entire day in that exact instance. It's
no one's been able to punish that signature in the entire history of it existing.
If you throw it right on that corner, there's just not enough time before you're out of in lag. Nice in sig. He's starting to play like actual Zariel, the way Zariel is played by a lot of people.
Yeah, I think part of why he doesn't often go for that is it's expected, right? Like you kill a Zariel, you match a Zariel in tournament. You're going into this expecting, okay, they're going to be relying on these SIGs, especially for the KOs. And so if you're at this level of play and you're BalloonBoy, you're going to be thinking like, okay, I can't afford to be predictable because that just makes me an easy counter. And so BalloonBoy plays it a bit differently. And in this game especially, we haven't seen too many signatures, but the game is still young. Unlike the stop of BalloonBoy, which will fall there almost 2 minutes into this game. Java slowing down the pace once again in BalloonBoy. I like that choice there to just stay up in the air, not run for the weapon, but not pressure either. I think he wanted to see how Java was going to respond to his presence and the pressure. And I mean, now BalloonBoy needs to respond in his own way. He needs to find this stock because Java is starting to run away with this fourth game here.
50 plus damage before knockout. Oh, the spot dodge!
Okay,
now 100 damage added up before losing that first stock.
Well, it's now in hand for BalloonBoy. Seen them work before last stock, but that was right when the pressure was high. Whether or not he can do the same in a pretty solid neutral situation is going to be the question. Dodges. He punished it, Sparky. It's real.
World's first. World's first. No,
Oh,
that's
the
an
edge guard.
instance where you're able to punish that signature. But when you're on the wall and your opponent's Dusk is playing far enough from the edge so that the final hit of it like lands right on the top of that corner, then like it's impossible. All you can do is either get hit or stay away from it, stay on the wall, or go through it. But then Java's out of recovery frames of time.
Absolutely. And BalloonBoy's trying to chase here with these gauntlets. Really, he's trying to get into the space, and Java is spacing out so well. Like you said, he's waiting and he's finding just his consistency and his accuracy is very, very good, and it's starting to hurt BalloonBoy, I think, as that Sarah will come through. Java not even in the red on this second stock. BalloonBoy maybe needs to rely on the bow a little bit more here. He has the gauntlets primed.
Oh my gosh. Java already with like a better lead going into this final stock of BalloonBoy than he had on the first stock when he got the first KO. We saw how much damage he was able to add up while he was basically in KO damage going into it. Okay, nice signature pickup.
Yeah, if you're BalloonBoy, you needed that. Like, you cannot... Java has been running away with these leads so much. He's been getting just one interaction leading into so many extra hits that BalloonBoy, you need to shut that down as soon as possible. Now, over onto the bow, just what we were looking for here. Into the spear, which we haven't seen too much of this game, if any. So Java might not be comfortable here, might be looking to just stall out until he can get the orb in his hands. Did manage to touch the platform there, so won't be in sweat beads. BalloonBoy giving loads of respect to the sphere.
Java a little bit hesitant on like which move to throw out while they're both jumping around all over the place. He's not even confident enough to throw like a neutral air. The juggle was potentially coming in.
What?
Java, what are you doing? Oh my gosh!
What am I watching? What am I? The entire game just like did I see that? Did that happen? Chat, can anyone confirm if that happened like for real?
That must have been a glitch in the Matrix, man. What the heck was that?
But now over to the gauntlets. Needs this knockout, looking to get into the top 3. Java sidelight set. It's gonna be enough. Go into a game 5. 653 damage out of Java.
Hackle! Oh my goodness!
We can get it. But it's also a map that BalloonBoy. I wish I had stats for like map picks, or maps played by players, because I feel like BalloonBoy picks this map so often, or at least leaves it open so often.
It was very smart to ban down to the 2 like tri-plat maps, Mishima Dojo and Small Terminus, because as an orb play. Oh no! Oh my gosh! Holy! I was gonna say, because you can't really initiate with the 45-degree down airs. If you're jumping high enough, the soft platforms are just gonna interrupt your orb down air. So he doesn't have that range option. And if BalloonBoy has the bow on the ground, like he's in perfect inlight territory, and the soft platforms are not gonna interrupt him. But if Java just plays like that and doesn't even worry about the vertical, he just worries about the horizontal, he's gonna find a KO there.
What is it completely crazy is that BalloonBoy's entire tournament run may have just been sold by a single side sig. Throwing away one stock that early because he overcommits to a side sig and Java is there with the perfect punish. If that's what throws away this tournament run, that is heartbreaking. That is absolutely heartbreaking. And Java not letting up on the pressure, has BalloonBoy now entering this deeper orange. And just going in with the unarmed GCD sig. That's something we've seen out of BalloonBoy a number of times, something that I'd love to see out of him, because very few players make use of gravity cancels like that consistently. And now BalloonBoy on the bow needs something magical here, needs to, in essence, needs to lock in against Java here. Okay.
Oh, is he locking in?
Good start, but doesn't go all the way. He goes for the recovery instead, and now Java holding the stage control. BalloonBoy so afraid. You saw Java just position himself for a move, and BalloonBoy goes for the dodge. I respect the attempt on the ground pound. If you're this far behind, you kind of need something explosive like that, but you can see the fear in how BalloonBoy is playing. Doesn't go for a punish on that sig. He's getting so much respect, and that's what Java wants. It's going to give Java so much room to get away with stuff, but BalloonBoy pushing him out to the side. Doesn't get the side air. He needed that. Has done decent damage here, keeping it back to an equal game state.
Finally gets the recovery follow-up after that side light. He's been hunting for those so much, and he hasn't been able to really find them. We need to get Java and Radish together. So Radish can teach Java how to throw the like really steep down air right over the corner so it lands below the corner. Okay, Java, he still has a lot of damage on him. So it's definitely not lost for BalloonBoy whatsoever. Java going to juggle the weapons, of course, landing back on the orb. BalloonBoy is just going to completely avoid everything he can. Now back with the bow.
Yeah, it needs to be slippery, needs to avoid as much as possible, but that wall is just so quick, has so much coverage, and BalloonBoy can't even get room to breathe, can't even set up for a KO, can't get anything started if Java's just going to chase him down with his orb. No punish on that side sig, but I mean, the longer it takes for BalloonBoy to get the knockout, the more likely it is that Java just closes things out. Punishes.
He did it!
It's real. It's real.
World's first. World's first.
BalloonBoy now looking for the KO. Sidelight, D-light out of Java. It's slipping away as BalloonBoy finds D-light recovery. Is going to connect. BalloonBoy needs a flawless final stock, and he's going to want the bow to do it.
Weapon spawn coming right in the middle. Snaked away by BalloonBoy after picking up the recovery. Out again. Last time we saw that mega connection, Java had a little bit more damage on him. Oh man, didn't quite get the neutral air in time before the spot dodge came out from Java.
BalloonBoy knows that he needs to space around these sidelights more than anything else. If he gets hit by the sidelight, that might just be game. Recovery not going to have enough force. Java going out for the edge guard. Down air connects. BalloonBoy options dwindling. Has the dodge. Catches the down air. Touches the wall. Recovery. BalloonBoy still alive. Java pressuring hard off the side here. Goes for the D-sig. How does BalloonBoy avoid there? But the side air comes through. And Java, by the skin of his teeth, was both players below 500 damage. But Java will be the one to close it out.
The fact that he was able to avoid the GC down heavy and all of the active frames that it has was unbelievable. I wanted him to win just off of that, and then he found a way to punish the signature yet again, and I really wanted him to win.